we're here to see McLaren 765LT.
So here it is, the 765LT. It's almost like they've uplifted the aggression of the front splitter to match the aggression of the light.
Welcome to Sports and Touring, and today we are back at McLaren Hatfield. Now, we were here before to check out a couple of very special cars. And this time is no different. This time we're here to see McLaren 765LT. Now, I know I always take you on the whole journey. We get in the car, we go for a drive, we have a chat, then we get to the destination, then I show you some cool stuff, and then we do something else. But today, Damani has the 360 camera that I normally have in the windscreen in my car, so I don't have that. And plus, I figured if you wanted to watch this video, you probably didn't want to see me driving around in a 370Z. What you really came to see was this. Now, I'm in here inside the showroom. The entire area has been cleared out and left all to me. With all the doors open, they've got these huge doors that open outside. I've got the entire showroom to myself, so let's have a look around. Here we go, we've got a whole bunch of 720S here, and you will see the consistencies between this car and the 765. Of course, the 765 is a lot more aggressive. Now, this particular model here is the Spider, and something I've never noticed before is this little detail here. It's actually got these like glass wings that come across here, and you can see right the way through this gap here. I've never noticed that before. Now, this particular 600LT is exactly the spec that Damani would like. So Damani, if you're watching this, not even if you're watching this, I know you're watching this. Actually, you might even be editing this one. This is your spec. Look at that lovely, beautiful flat grey with the orange calipers, the orange accent on the steering wheel, the orange seat belts. I know this is you. The carbon, and of course, those exhaust pipes.
And in the showroom, we have the incredible 720S yet again. Now, this black is amazing. This is a 720S Spider, of course, and this one's got the Elite Paint Onyx Black with the electrochromic roof, sports exhaust, stealth pack, electric steering column, MSO defined steering wheel, and a whole host of other additions. Now, this comes in at 298,000, or just over 298,000, and I have to say this is an absolutely stunning specification. Now, over here, we have got another member of the LT family. Now, the 600LT obviously is the evolution of the 570S. It actually took the 570S as a base and did what McLaren do with the LT. They lightened it, they made it faster, more powerful, gave it more aero. I mean, look at that diffuser. That diffuser, absolutely insane. Rear spoiler and these incredible exhausts coming out of the rear deck. I mean, stunning, absolutely stunning. Now, over here, this is a very, very special 600LT. The spec on this is incredible, and it's got the ultra rare roof scoop. Now, this color is amazing. It's got a blue tint on the carbon fiber all around the base of the car. Now, that roof scoop is very rare. That changes the entire sound of the car. You can actually hear the turbo sucking the air in from the top roof scoop. Look at that blue tint on the carbon. That's absolutely stunning. And of course, the blue tint continues onto the carbon on this particular rear area here on the spoiler. Now, this particular coating here is actually to protect from the heat of the exhaust firing up here. And these are known to pop some serious flames. Now, here we have the absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous McLaren GT. Honestly, seeing this in person, it's changed my mind about this. When you see it in pictures, it's like, yeah, it's all right. But actually, when you see it in person, it looks incredible. That intake there is just huge. I mean, I don't think you can appreciate how big that particular intake on the side is until you're standing next to the car. Now, this particular spec has got the beautiful cream interior, the amaranth red paint, MSO bright pack, the panoramic privacy tinted glass roof, sports exhaust, 15-spoke forged wheels, interior components, MSO carbon fiber, and a whole host of other features. Now this one comes in at 210,000. Now around the back here, we've got yet another 600 LT. It's like LT heaven right now. So here it is, the 765 LT. What a beauty. You can just see how much more aggressive than the standard 720S it is. It's absolutely stunning. And this color is gorgeous. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a full spec sheet on this particular car, but as you see, it has been MSO'd to the max. It's got the louvers, it's got full carbon fiber, you name it, it's got it.
The first time the LT name came to my attention was on the old McLaren F1 GTR race cars. They had a much longer tail to the car for aerodynamic purposes. Now LT has been given to all of the vehicles where McLaren have actually given it a little bit of extra power, but particularly focused on aerodynamic performance. So more focused on the actual on-track performance of the car rather than top speed. And it's just as well because this car is actually about 6 miles an hour slower at the top speed, but gets there an awful lot faster. And the most important part is, of course, all of that aero. It's not just about straight line performance, this is about going around corners. And as the saying goes, straight lines are for fast cars, corners are fast drivers. This car is for both. And in recent times, we've had several iterations of the McLaren LT brand being carried by various cars. We've had the 650S based 675 LT, we've had the 570S based 600 LT, and now we've got the 720S based 765 LT. Now the 765 LT is lighter, lower, has stiffer engine mounts and 25% more downforce than the 720S. It's got a wider front track and comes as standard with the Trofeo R tyres. The 4-litre twin-turbo engine produces an incredible 765 PS or 755 horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque. Now all of these numbers are a slight jump on the 720S, however, what makes the experience so much different is not only the extra downforce in the corners, but also the shorter gear ratios, particularly the final drive, which uses F1 derived materials. And it comes with a new titanium exhaust. Specs right, this car comes in at about 1,200 kilos, nearly 200 kilos lighter than the 720S as standard. Now the 765 LT will deliver 0 to 62 in just 2.7 seconds, and in an additional 4.5 seconds, it will hit 124 miles an hour or 200 kilometers an hour. That's pretty quick. A lot of this is down to the altered gear ratios, particularly the shorter final drive.
But seriously, I mean, look at the design of this thing. Now, at first, when the 720S came out, I was like, am I sure about the lights? It took a little while for them to grow on me, but I always felt like the lights were way more aggressive than the front of the car. It's almost like they've uplifted the aggression of the front splitter to match the aggression of the lights. I think that actually now works really well. I love these front splitters, even more aggressive than previous editions when you compare it to, say, the 600 LT, and the spec on this is amazing. Full carbon fiber in the headlights, full carbon fiber on the front splitter. We've got this outlet here for aerodynamic purposes. We've got the louvers to relieve the pressure from inside of the wheel arches, which helps with aerodynamics. Even more aerodynamic details on the side of the car, and these incredible doors. Now, with the doors down, you can just see the lines of the car. Everything about this car is purposeful, it flows. I love these edge pieces on the outside of the car, accented further by the carbon fiber fins coming up from the side splitter and the flat floor of the car. Those intakes down there, and the signature aerodynamic feature here where it captures air going over the car, flowing into the engine bay. This one, of course, has got carbon fiber on the mirrors, carbon fiber over here on the intakes, on the inner lining of the door, at the rear, and let's face it, this rear is stunning. The 765 has quad exhaust coming out of the rear. I have to say, I absolutely love what they've done with the rear of this car. It's more aggressive, and you can just see that everything here has a purpose. And of course, the doors, you've got to love these doors.
So let's jump in the car, see how it feels. And of course it's got the Senna seats, and that's not the only thing it shares with the Senna. A lot of the engine technology has actually been borrowed from the Senna and transplanted over into this particular car. Right, so I'm going to try and not look too awkward getting into the car. Whew. Wow. Now, this feels special, I won't lie. Now these seats really do hug you, and I have to say, they are not as uncomfortable as they actually look. I can imagine on a longer drive them giving you a little bit of trouble, but on the track, these things are not moving, they're not going anywhere, just will make you feel that much more connected to the car. The controls are minimalistic and entirely driver focused. Everything's angled towards you as the driver, and you can just tell they're very tactile. You can actually kind of feel your way without having to look anywhere away from the steering wheel or away from the front of the car. You've got the engine start stop right there. Of course I can't press that right now. Now this one does have the integrated iris system that you can actually spec it without this. It's also got the additional controls here to set active. The steering wheel is a really nice size. It's got a really firm grip, and it's got this lovely kind of indentation behind here where you can get your hand in, and your fingers can really kind of grip the wheel in a really comfortable way. Obviously beautiful carbon fiber finish on here, and obviously this car's been left in track mode, so you can see here that the display is down in its low profile form with a minimalistic amount of information. Basically only what you need to get it around the track as quickly as possible. Behind is all Alcantara, and you've got a nice little window, beautiful window, where you can see into the engine bay, which on a good day will be illuminated. The pedals are positioned right in front of you, accelerator there, brake there, and with just enough room, if you want to do a bit of left foot braking, you can just about do that. So if you want to pick up the 765LT Coupe, these are coming in at £280,000 as a starting price. Now, of course, you can then go to town and spec even more on the car. MSO will pretty much do whatever you want, obviously for a price. So expect many fully spec'd cars to have a 3 at the front of their price tag. So that's the end of me window shopping for McLarens today. So a huge thank you to everyone here at Grange McLaren Hatfield. It's been absolutely fantastic to be here. Such a friendly bunch of people and so welcoming, and I really appreciate having this level of access to the 765LT. Now, I may not have mentioned this before, but I do plan to bring a supercar to the channel this time next year. It might be a McLaren, it might not be, who's to say? And if you'd like to see that happen, and if you'd like to see more content at McLaren Hatfield on Sports and Touring, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, choose notifications on all videos, and I'll see you next time on Sports and Touring.